Midday Tiger. Now, I knew it was gonna be Kabuto, but there was other speculations going around, like it was a Shisui, etc., etc., etc. But I think I made a video, or I was in a live stream, one of my live streams on my second channel where I have nothing but live streams, so you guys can go check that channel out. I probably will put a link in the description box or whatever. But I did say that people say Shisui might still be alive, and I said in a stream that it might be the Spiral Zetsu. From Jump Street, when we found out there was a foot there, I said it was Kabuto from Jump Street. I knew it was Kabuto, but some people say no, that's too easy. Why would it be Kabuto? First of all, it's Kishi. I don't know why people don't understand me when I say that. But anyways, I said no, it was Kabuto. So now we finally figured out that it really was Kabuto. Now the whole Kabuto is a good guy thing. It's actually explained way back when he fought Itachi. When you go into Izanami, you realize what your true self is, and that's basically what Orochimaru told Kabuto, or told them in this episode. I mean, in this chapter, you realize what your true self is. Kabuto wasn't being his true self, so he was like they said, he had chakra of multiple people, so he was trying to become something that he wasn't. That's why when you put him in Izanami, if you don't change yourself back and realize who you really are and go back to your true self, you can't escape. And eventually Kabuto ended up figuring it out. Now, do we know how long he actually stayed in Izanami? Who knows? Like, to him it might have been years. It might have been years to Kabuto, but in real life it might have been like a couple minutes maybe. So we don't really know how long exactly he stayed in Izanami. One thing it doesn't say when you turn into Izanami is that you forget your memories. So Kabuto still knows all the things he's done. He still knows his jutsus, etc., etc., etc. You don't lose your memories. You just realize what your true self is. Now, does that mean he can't still change his mind and become a villain again at some point? Of course he can. He has free will to choose whatever he wants to do. But at the same time, I don't think he's gonna choose to be a villain once again, because he realized who his true self is. Like I said before, he realized who his true self is. So why would he want to be a villain again? It wouldn't make any sense. But then again, he could do whatever he wants, and he did call Orochimaru Lord Orochimaru Sama, so he still respects Orochimaru. He still has respect, some type of respect for Orochimaru, and knows his power, etc., etc., etc. Orochimaru said something in this chapter where he was like, I knew something was strange, but I'm paraphrasing. He said basically he knew something was strange, but he didn't know why. He thought it was he knew it was his chakra. And then he says, or maybe. And then we don't get anything after that. They just skip to talking with Orochimaru and Kabuto. So I don't know what he was like, what he was hinting at. Is this something else that's within Kabuto, or did he sense something? Is he referring to the Spiral Zetsu, or is he referring to Kabuto? I don't know what that reference was directed to. If we go back in the chapter and check that page out, I don't really know what he was trying to reference when he said, I thought it was my chakra, but it probably wasn't, or maybe, and stuff like that. So I don't know what Orochimaru was specifically talking about when he said that, but there's something strange going on. Besides, Kabuto being revealed, there's something strange going on. So Orochimaru notices it, and Jugo was on edge, and he's like, "What are you going to do, Orochimaru?" Because we know Orochimaru initially wanted Sasuke's body. So now that Kabuto is healing Sasuke, because he has the Senju thing, now that he's healing Sasuke, is Orochimaru gonna allow it? Is Orochimaru gonna attack next chapter? Is he gonna attack Kabuto? What's gonna happen? And I think at this point Kabuto is somewhat stronger than Orochimaru. You know, I would have to go more into it and figure out like what exactly Kabuto's powers are. But I'm guessing that he's kind of stronger than Orochimaru at this point. We haven't really seen much from Orochimaru, but so I would think that Kabuto's stronger at this point than Orochimaru. So that could be debated, and sides might change. So at this point, I would say Kabuto's probably stronger. So I don't know if Orochimaru is gonna either fight Kabuto next chapter or whatever the case may be to get Sasuke's body back. And even if Sasuke gets brought back to life, this is the thing. Even if Sasuke gets brought back to life from Kabuto, what exactly is he still going to do? Which brings me to my next thing, Tenten. You guys won't want to hear this, so if you don't like Tenten, just like the video now, comment whatever and leave. Not to say that I'm gonna say she's going to defeat Madara. I would never go that far. I wouldn't say she's gonna defeat Madara. What I am going to say though is that they're highlighting Tenten a lot, and what makes this a little sus is because no one knows how to use those gourds. They don't know how to use the gourd in the pot. So I don't know exactly what Tenten is going to do to use those pots, because the tools that you need in order to use the pots were sucked into the pots. So I don't, well, I think one of them were, yeah, one tool, I'm not sure, but I think they were sucked into the pots with the actual wielder of the dude, I forgot his name. It was actually inside the pot. And then you need to know the person's most frequently used word, and I don't think Madara has one. I don't know, but I don't think he has a frequently used word, because he barely talks. You need to have the person's frequently used word, and you need to hit him with it, and then you need to seal him. And then there's the pot. The pot has another specific power. I forget. But what exactly is Tenten going to do? Because you can't use those tools. Even though those tools were highlighted or whatever the case may be, people might say, oh, why did he just like spit it out in the middle of a chapter? Why did Kishi write that in? Kishi writes a lot of things in that he never uses. So that's irrelevant. What I'm saying is, how are they going to use it? Even if it was relevant, how are they going to use it? But they highlighted Tenten. There's a specific panel for Tenten herself. And Rock Lee said Tenten is back, and she told me to go on ahead. She's trying to do something. So anyway, it's Genkaku and Kenkaku. Their tools are the ones that can seal Madara, well, the sage tools. You need the Shichi Saiken and the Benisago. Shichi Saiken is the sword that cuts your most used word, or the word of the soul, and the Benisago seals it. And then there's the rope, the Kaokinjao. Kaokinjao, the rope basically binds the person and figures out what their word is. Then you have that fan thing that has the 5 elements that Tenten used. So is she gonna use that to seal Madara? Does Madara has a soul word that has been using a word a lot? Don't know. Is that even enough to even seal Madara? Because Madara should know about those tools. So is that even enough to seal Madara? And then you have the gourd, or the water pot, whatever it's called. Basically, you call the person, if they answer, then you get sucked into it. Don't think Madara is going to fall for that. So I don't know what Tenten is exactly going to do, but don't think she is going to be able to seal Madara. And plus, when you use the Shichi Saiken in Benisago, the person has to talk. You can't stay silent for too long, or you'll get sucked in. That's another thing. And so the Madara and Guy. Now I really like this part, but I thought Guy was actually gonna do something. Come on, 7 gates. He activated 7 gates, blue stream, and Madara right off the bat. Madara was like, "Yo, you gotta take me more serious, bro. You can't use blue stream against me, bro. If you really want to take it serious, use red stream." So that right there, and Madara favorized him, but that right there shows you that Madara already knows what red stream is all about. He probably already knows what Guy is gonna be able to do in red stream due to legends and tales. So we see him use 7 gates, and he was moving extremely fast. He was moving extremely fast, but he still wasn't able to touch Madara, even with Taijutsu at his highest point. Well, besides 8 gates, at his second highest point, Taijutsu. So what does that say about Madara? Because if he used Blue Stream, 7 gates, tried to take out Madara, then Madara did Midday Tiger, split them up, Guy got fodderized. Somehow Guy still has chakra. I thought you like wounded and you're out of chakra when you use 7 gates. Wasn't Guy like out of chakra and wounded last time he used 7 gates? Anyways, Guy has to use 8 gates in which he might die. And they keep bringing up the death thing. If you read it if you read it carefully, you see them keep bringing up the death. So is Guy gonna die? I don't know, but he is gonna use 8 gates, and he should die if he doesn't do it right. But I honestly don't think if he used 8 gates, he's gonna be able to do anything against Madara. Like, to be honest with you, not that he won't touch Madara, because he was really close to taking Madara. Well, not taking him out, but I'm not gonna go that far. He was really close to touching Madara, but then, you know, Madara has moves that we haven't seen before, which is what I'm trying to tell people. He knows a lot. He's extremely intelligent. Him, Tobirama, and Orochimaru, extremely intelligent. But, you know, like I said, Madara knows that even right off the bat, he said you can't underestimate me and use Blue Stream. You got to use Red Stream. You can't underestimate me. So Madara knows. It's either Madara knows Red Stream is going to be able to touch him and able to phase him somehow, or he knows that, or he just knows. Basically, he just knows what Guy's moves are. So Guy got to pull some crazy shit in order to hit Madara. And this whole Guy being super fast shit, and he still wasn't able to hit Madara, and somebody else was able to hit Madara. Let's leave it at that. So yeah, that's basically the chapter. Like I said, I don't think 10-10, even though she was highlighted in this chapter, she'll be able to seal Madara. She needs basically all 5 of the Sage tools, and she's only been able to wield one of them, I believe, which was the Bashosin. Yeah, I think that was it. That's the only one. The 5 element sword thing, the wind thing. I don't know if she uses the other one, if she's gonna die, because they said you could die if you use them. So don't know, but if you use all 5, I think. So I don't think she's gonna seal him. That would be way too easy. And I don't think Guy's gonna. I think Guy might hit him, but I don't think Guy's gonna win. Guy might die, like, seriously. So that's basically it, guys. Leave your comments down below. What do you guys think about everything I just said about the tools and Guy and Kabuto versus Orochimaru? Are they gonna fight? All that stuff. And Orochimaru did mention that Tobirama was his I guess his favorite out of all the Hokages. Orochimaru said basically he looked up to him and he thought he was the most powerful. And that can be assumed. We could all assume that, because Tobirama is basically the master of jutsus. He basically created a lot of jutsus, and Orochimaru is basically trying to walk in his footsteps in a certain extent that he wants to create just as much powerful jutsus as Tobirama did. So I would expect Tobirama to be Orochimaru's idol, in a sense, his idol, and someone he respects. So he did highlight that, and which was cool. Other than that, like the video, leave comments down below, subscribe. I'm Ed, man.